So we start without translation. Angelica, who is the dean, is already here. I would like to invite to the table Marian Imani from Anglia Ruskin University, please. Welcome to Brazil and to our Mackenzie University. Balaji Narasimhan from the Indian Institute of Technology of Madras. Leandro Fontana, who is director of the Institute of Architects of Brazil, Department of São Paulo, and the Working Group on Climate Change. And Pedro Jacobi from USP, University of São Paulo, and also ICLEI. And Maria de Fátima Andrade, also from University of São Paulo. So please, I think you have shares for everybody. So I will try to mediate this meeting. And thank you everybody to be here. Some of you. So I will mediate this. First, some instructions for today and tomorrow and this week. We will have tomorrow the trip visits for the case studies. I will mediate groups for Itaim, instructions for today, another one is for tomorrow, Morumbi, Paraisópolis, and this third one is for the Perus in northwest of the city. So until the midday, you need to inscribe yourself in one of these three visits. We have only 3 buses with 15 places each one. So it's, but I think we'll accommodate everybody in this meeting. Some of us can go by car. Also, some places are quite not so distant as Morumbi, Paraisópolis. So the meeting today will be here. We hope in the afternoon we solve the problem of the translation. And after that, tomorrow we start our winter course. The course is really a winter course, although we are still in autumn, but it happens. So the winter will begin soon. And this is the second winter course on sustainable drainage systems. And the first one we did in Chennai last December, also a little bit before the winter too. But our idea is to have every winter a meeting, international meeting in South or North countries, just to develop this collaboration that started some years ago with the initiative of Marian, just putting us together with the Indian professors, the British professors, and also the Brazilian professors. And this is one of the branches of our collaboration. The other one is Climápolis, that's represented here by Maria de Fátima, Pedro Jacobi, and this is a collaboration that we had since 2018 with this research group led by German institutions, the Hamburg University and Max Planck Institute for Meteorology. So this research group is now becoming quite independent of this German support, and we applied for Instituto de Ciência e Nacional de Ciência e Tecnologia, do CNPq, and we are starting, under the coordination of Maria de Fátima, this collaboration. It's a network of around 50 researchers all around Brazil. We have here very welcome Pedro and Venerando from Rio Grande do Norte, who are part of this, Pedro Muti, who are part of this network. So we will start. I will start giving the floor to Angélica. Por favor, your welcome words.
I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you, Renato, for this invitation. Thank you for our team, for this organization. I would like to apologize for our logistical problems. I'm very sorry. And welcome everybody from England, India, and Natal, and Professor Pedro Jacobi from USP, and thank you very much. I think this event is very important for everybody. This theme is very contemporary, and I've been collaborating with Renato, Ana Paula, Afonso, and our team, and I hope everybody. I hope a good week for everybody. I promise tomorrow everything it's be okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Angélica. Without your support and without the support of MAC Pesquisa and CNPq, this will not be possible to join all these people. And okay. So, Mariam, please.
I'll try to keep it short. Morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Mariam Imani, and I'm an associate professor of water systems engineering at Anglia Ruskin University in the UK. We have 4 campuses across the UK. The main campus is in Cambridge. Everybody knows about it. The next campus is in Chelmsford. All engineering and medicine are based in Chelmsford, which I am based in Chelmsford. London and Peterborough are the other 2 campuses. The journey with this group that I am very proud of having all of them as friends at the moment, I can call it. The journey started from early 2017 with a little funding, seed funding from Royal Academy of Engineering in the UK that we kicked off this collaboration with Brazil, with Campinas University, with São Carlos, and then Imperial College London. The project finished, and in that one of those workshops we held in Campinas, I met a group of people that the Brandia project that we collaborated, well, actually the story of our collaboration on MBS started was just happened and formed in that event that I met Renato. Pleasure to speak and meet Renato in that event. And that's how the journey began. So through that collaboration that we had, we discussed, again, we met online after that, and we agreed on a collaboration on nature-based solutions. I'm a civil engineering background, so the initiative was started from an engineering concept and grow to all the aspect of it, social aspect, environmental aspect, regulatory aspect, and so on. So we submitted a bid to Global Challenges Research Funding. That's an initiative that UK government kicked off, boosted the collaboration with Global South, and the official collaboration with India and Brazil began in that way. So we got the funding for the project almost a year and I would say 3 months. Through the collaboration, we looked into how urban resilience can be improved by better incorporation of sustainable drainage system into urban planning. Not just from an engineering point of view, but considering all the other aspects, such as, again, social factors, public health factors, financial aspects of it, and other drivers. India, Brazil, UK have their own significant differences in this sense. So closing these gaps by just talking communication and collaboration for replication of the lessons that we learned is an important initiative. That was something as the cornerstone of this partnership we pursued all the way through. And The project, when finished, obviously a wide range of capacity building, workshops, seminars, talkings, meetings, and happened during the course of the project. We discussed a wide range of things, from understanding the common challenges, opportunities to design or co-design solutions, and all of that. We got the chance of some boosting funding all the way through that facilitated all these winter schools, summer schools, focus groups and workshops. We've had a number of events in the UK that the team traveled and in the UK got the chance to meet and work there, some site visits. And also then the event continued again in last winter in Chennai, obviously in India, supported by IIT Madras and the team there. Balaji is representing that team. And then obviously, then this year is happening in Brazil. We've been in Brazil before, so that's the first time in Mackenzie. But of course, Renato was involved with us before joining this university. So as you can see, it's been a 6-year journey. Even COVID tried to interrupt it, and it interrupted that. But we kept the momentum and we continued. So here we are today. The prospect of this collaboration, we've reached, we believe, at a maturity level that we expect to expand that. A wide group of PhDs are working with us. I need to appreciate them. Some of them are here, some of them are not. But this couldn't happen without the help and support of our dedicated PhDs. So the plan for the future is that the team and the group wants to now make this collaboration, this trilateral partnership, something more formal, more concise. And again, we would like that to expand that to and invite other groups to join us to, at the end of the day, to make impact in people's lives. That's what we aim for. We are a multidisciplinary team coming from urban planning background, engineering background, environmentalist with us, some with a focus on the policy regulatory aspects. We have a representative from IWA, Suresh is here. I'm sure we'll meet him during the course of the event. Of course, again, other colleagues of mine, Chris is here from the planning side. I'm sure you will meet him. Again, the idea is, yes, as I said, expand that and make better use of nature-based solutions or sustainable drainage system or low-impact development, you name it. It's called different things around the world. Make better use of them to promote urban resilience in here. And as a finishing comment is that the prospect that we are hoping, our current prospect of the team is that to initiate some nature-based solutions living lab in Brazil, in India, and in the UK. Colleagues are at different stages of that. It's a very initiative at the very early stages. In the UK, we are secured some funding to kick this off, starting with some pilot studies to expand the horizon and hopefully on our pathway to, as I said, our ambition, which is making the world a better place to live. I think I've said what I needed. Thank you.
So, thank you, Mariam. Before to share the microphone with Balaji, I will make an explanation in Portuguese. Bem, então, só resumindo um pouco para ajudar na compreensão, essa colaboração é uma colaboração então, que está baseada, ela começa pela Universidade de Anglia Ruskin, que tem a base principal em Cambridge e em Chelmsford, da parte de engenharia. Né? Isso começou numa colaboração com a USP de São Carlos, há alguns anos atrás, e depois foi desenvolvida, eu vindo para cá, que eu me aposentei de lá, procurando incorporar o Mackenzie. A gente teve 2 anos de interrupção dessa conversa por causa da Covid. Né? Em 2020, eu iria para a Índia em março, foi por pouco, né, que eu não fiquei preso lá, e, por causa da Covid. E, então, e nesse trabalho todo, o pessoal... eu estou só falando um pouquinho rapidamente em português para facilitar um pouco. Esse trabalho todo foi desenvolvido em cima de um sistema, que é um sistema oficial em inglês, que é o Cidades. que é um sistema do Síria, com C, né, que a gente compartilhou aí no programa. Tem um link, eu gostaria que vocês abrissem, quem for desenvolver o curso, né, que é um guia muito importante com todos os passos a passo. Esse sistema, na Inglaterra, ele está já disseminado na cadeia produtiva. Então, você compra tubos, barris de estoque, sistemas de retenção no mercado e instala. Quando a gente vai para a Índia e para o Brasil, além de não caber esses dispositivos nas nossas cidades, né, a gente não tem isso na cadeia produtiva. Então, isso é um problema, né, sério. E cadeia produtiva, por um lado, e, de outro, que eles não são adaptados, principalmente para situações de urbanização mais informal. Por isso que tanto em Chennai como agora, esse curso, ele que vai começar a partir de amanhã, ele procura identificar essas dificuldades de adaptação e o que poderiam ser ensaios ou diretrizes de dispositivos similares, mas que sejam feitos em cima de uma calçada de 50 centímetros de largura ou a ausência de espaços públicos para acomodar esses dispositivos. Então, esse é o framework meio geral do curso, né, explicando em português, e a gente tem uma equipe multidisciplinar aqui. Nós estamos com 9 convidados estrangeiros, um online, que completa 10, sendo um grupo de estudantes de doutorado, pesquisadores de doutorados, que estão aqui conosco, e vão estar trabalhando junto com as equipes entre terça e sexta-feira. Sexta-feira, no final da tarde, a gente vai fazer uma apresentação geral desses trabalhos dos grupos. Tá bom? So, I return to English, to Balaji, who is very welcome. You must go to India to visit the campus of the Institute of Technology of Madras in Chennai. That's fantastic. It's a campus that was planned in the end of the 50s. It's completely a green forest reserve, and they have 6,000 students living inside the campus, and with wild nature around. So it is a dream. It's really fantastic, and also the professors living inside the campus. I was really impressed by this environment of the campus and animals, and also it was really nice. And I want to return. So very welcome to São Paulo, Balaji, and to Mackenzie.
Thank you very much, Renato, and thank you very much.
Speak directly.
Thank you very much, Renato, for your kind words, and thank you very much, Professor Angelica. And very glad to be here, very happy to be here in the beautiful city of Sao Paulo. And hola to everybody here from India. Actually, in many ways, I see a lot of relationship in terms of the size, in terms of the amount of population, between the city of Sao Paulo as well as Chennai. So before I go into some of those parallels, just a little bit about my institute, IIT Madras. Renato did say IIT Madras, Indian Institute of Technology Madras, is one of the leading engineering colleges within India. Within India, we rank number 1 in engineering across the country. And very soon we will be opening our first global campus outside of our country in Tanzania. So we are really looking forward to that. Coming to this particular the topic, why we are here. As Mariam said, a lot of this initiative started in 2017 through the Brandia initiative, which my colleague, Professor Murthy, who is also participating online, was part of that earlier initiative. From India, at least from Chennai, a lot of this interest started when we had our flood of the century in 2015. in 2015, we had a record amount of rainfall, and the entire city was completely flooded. And subsequently, 2016, 2017, 2018, they were all dry years. And almost in 2019, almost the city went to a 0 day. So that means we were running out of our water resources completely. So in 2015, we had the record flood, and by 2019, we were completely running out of water. So, so this is where the city started looking into how they are managing the water resources, how they are responding to flood, and how they are responding to drought. And in our case, the number of rainy days are very few. So that means during those rainy days, we have to capture as much amount of water as possible, so that that can be used through the rest of the year for feeding the population. So our number of rainy days in a year is like 45 days to 60 days maximum. So that's the range of variability that we have. So whatever that you store there is whatever the water that we have to make out for the rest of the 300 days in a year. So this is when we started exploring the concept of sustainable urban drainage system. Traditionally, we had the concept of small rainwater storage structures. So these are called as, in the local terminology, we call it as tanks or aeries, right? So this is what typically that we use, but then now we need to look and see how these concepts of distributed storage can be used both for flood control, and at the same time whatever water that we are able to conserve for flood control, how can that water be used for productively during the the period of a year when we have limited amount of rainfall. Traditionally, as we see the sustainable urban drainage system, the concept has evolved in the global north. Typically, they are used as flood control measures. So our interest is more to look at from the flood control point of view, as well as for water supply point of view. And I have many of my PhD students who have been working on, at least a couple of them are here. So we are developing numerical models, mathematical models that can be integrated, that can be used for developing planning level tools as well as design level tools for implementing some of these initiatives at local scale to all the way up to regional scales. So how can we mutually learn on the different aspects of sustainable urban drainage system as is being practiced in UK, as is being practiced in Brazil, and then some of our traditional structures that we have been implementing in India. And it has been a great learning experience, and we are looking forward to the field visits that are there in the next couple of days to learn and see how in Sao Paulo, in Brazil, the issue of flooding is being addressed, the issue of water scarcity is actually being addressed, and then see, as Mariam said, how we will basically take it forward, into the next level of collaboration. Thank you very much.
Olha, eu vou só fazer um comentário em português, né? É muito importante esse aspecto que a gente descobriu com os indianos, que é a necessidade de associar o combate às enchentes com a reservação, de ampliar a reservação de estoques de água potável, né, utilizável, para os períodos de seca. Isso, para mim, ficou muito claro durante a crise de água de 2014 2015, onde falavam, nós estamos tendo enchentes aqui em São Paulo e com falta de água potável. Por quê? Porque todas as nossas captações de água na cidade são feitas fora, né, em reservatórios distantes. Se a chuva caía na área onde os rios estão poluídos, a gente não tinha nenhuma reservação. Né. Inclusive, esse regime de chuva concentrado, né, não chegando até os reservatórios, tem a ver com um assunto que eu aprendi com o Edmilson, que vai falar aqui depois do IAG, mais tarde, que a produção de calor urbano, ela muda o regime de precipitação e faz com que a chuva que vem do mar não chegue até a cantareira por causa dessa produção de calor urbano. Então, isso está muito associado, né, a esse aspecto também de pensar a questão do calor urbano para o abastecimento de águas. E há uma questão de reservação. A gente não faz reservação de água limpa, né, ou com tratamentos que hoje já são possíveis a gente fazer de fitorremediação, para poder ter estoques de água potável onde chove mais e tem potável ou de reuso, mesmo que não seja completamente potável, tá? Distribuídos nos lugares onde tem enchentes. A experiência deles é uma experiência muito rica, né, de trabalhar com esses tanques distribuídos, que muitos desses tanques são, inclusive, tanques de templos, né, que são áreas reservadas, mas que é uma água ainda que é usada exclusivamente para fins pelos monges, enfim, pelos sacerdotes, né, mas essa água ela pode ser, se for tratada, ser utilizada para abastecimento. Então, eles têm um trabalho também muito rico de desenvolver maneiras de preparar esses tanques, né, para a reservação. E outros tanques, um sistema maior de tanques, de reservatórios espalhados para esse período de seca, que é um período muito longo de seca, com chuvas muito intensas e concentradas. Então, há uma certa similaridade, né, talvez no nosso futuro, a curto prazo, entre esse mesmo tipo de problema. Então, não é apenas o problema da forma urbana, né, mas é o problema também de como está afetando regimes de chuva e seca na Índia e no Brasil. Bem, returning to English, Guilherme Henriques, who is he couldn't came, he got his you, and hope not COVID. And so I will invite Leandro Fontana from the Institute of Architects of Brazil to talk. He will speak in Portuguese, and later I will do try to summarize his speech for the guests. Okay, thank you.
Bom dia a todas e todos. Agradeço o convite, Renato, parceiro da atual gestão do IAB São Paulo e da comissão organizadora do Cian Clima. Cumprimento os colegas aqui da mesa também. Eu sou arquiteto paisagista, colaboro no Raul Pereira Arquitetos Associados faz 13 anos já, com projetos de paisagismo em diversas escalas, especialmente nos projetos de infraestrutura urbana. E estou na atual gestão do IAB como diretor de Relações Institucionais e Parcerias. O Instituto de Arquitetos do Brasil, Departamento de São Paulo, é uma entidade de fomento à cultura arquitetônica e urbanística que atua historicamente em defesa do direito à cidade, do projeto como instrumento de diálogo e da construção de cidades democráticas. A gente comemora em novembro de 2023 os 80 anos do IAB São Paulo, e como parte dessa agenda comemorativa e também do plano de atividades da atual gestão, vem sendo propostos debates e atividades diversas. O grupo de trabalho Emergência Climática e Cidades, que foi formado no início do ano nessa gestão, ele nasce no contexto de repensar a qualificação profissional do arquiteto, urbanista e paisagista diante da necessidade de atuação nos territórios frente às mudanças climáticas. Ele tem como objetivo fomentar, para o âmbito da ciência e da praxis urbana, a discussão urgente a respeito das ações necessárias para reduzir o aumento da temperatura média global e das ações necessárias para mitigar os impactos dos eventos climáticos extremos que tenham impacto na vida das pessoas. Além disso, ele pretende contribuir para ampliar a inserção da discussão sobre as mudanças climáticas na produção das cidades, para que arquitetos e urbanistas considerem cada vez mais soluções ambientalmente responsáveis de projetos e de soluções de construções dos espaços dos edifícios. Também faz parte da agenda do grupo de trabalho a abordagem da justiça climática, uma vez que as populações mais vulneráveis são aquelas que sofrem e sofrerão mais com os eventos extremos causados pela crise climática, em especial nas cidades. O grupo de trabalho promoverá, no início de agosto, o seminário Emergência Climática e Cidades, com mesas de debate abordando eixos temáticos, as principais práticas mitigadoras das emissões de carbono no Brasil. Muitos dos assuntos a serem discutidos no seminário são complementares aos abordados aqui no Cian Clima, o que nos mostra o importante alinhamento entre entidades, academia, organizações da sociedade civil para articular as discussões e os enfrentamentos acerca dos impactos da crise climática nas cidades. Estão todos convidados para participarem do seminário, que vai acontecer de 1 a 3 de agosto. E também vale destacar ainda que a questão da emergência climática deve ser tratada como um debate amplo na comunidade de arquitetos, urbanistas e paisagistas, na elaboração de soluções construtivas tão necessárias que está sendo pensado como um eixo central para a construção da nossa próxima Bienal Internacional de Arquitetura, que será promovida pelo IAB São Paulo. Espero que todos aproveitem os debates desse workshop. Obrigado.
So, thank you, Leandro. This is so the Institute of Architects of Brazil was founded 100 years ago, 101, but the Department of São Paulo this year is commemorating the 80th anniversary. So it's and this new board of I'm part of this board started this. Working group on climate change, and it's very focused in the problems of the vulnerability, the impact of the extreme events in vulnerable areas of the city, not only São Paulo city, but other towns around. So this working group is now preparing the first meeting in August that we are all invited to participate. Also to discuss a long-term policies on this subject, and also I have to add that next year we will have the São Paulo International Architectural Biennale, and this will be the emergence of climate change will be the driving subject of the Biennale. So. Maybe next year you will be invited back to come here to a more a bigger audience. So I will invite Pedro Jacob to his speech.
Good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for being here with you in this relevant discussion. I consider that this discussion is essential to think about cities and the necessary changes that have to be implemented as to the infrastructure. I am senior full professor at the Institute of Energy and Environment of the University of São Paulo. The Institute of Energy and Environment has 2 graduate courses, one on environmental science, where I am engaged, and also the course on energy. The program of environmental sciences began in 1991, and it's one of the senior programs of the country. And there are courses at master's and PhD level, and the institute also incorporates postdocs. So definitely the agenda that I have been involved has a lot to do with the aspects that are being debated during this event. I am also president of the board of ICLEI South America, which engages today in terms of initiatives, cities in Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, and increasing with other cities in South America. I think it's very relevant to debate how extreme events are affecting our daily lives, and mainly the fact that we have to look at how this contradictory extreme events, what the climatologists call the whiplash, now the variations that we are suffering. And we saw, as Renato mentioned, in the drought in 2014-15, and the need to think about infrastructure, not as in general terms, but in specific terms. The engineering solutions are not always, the most traditional engineering solutions are not necessarily the best solutions for complex environments like, for example, São Paulo. We have to deal with inequalities. We have to deal with the fact that a large part of the population is very fragile in its daily life, and we have to look more and more to the fact that there is a need for solutions that engage more and more the community and empower their initiatives within the process. Thank you very much, Renato, Ana Paula, and the team that organizes the event. Pleased to meet you, Marian, and look forward to be participating with you.
Thank you, Pedro. Obrigado, Pedro. Realmente sua presença aqui com a sua longa trajetória, principalmente de aproximar a discussão ambiental e climática da questão social e das realidades sociais brasileiras. Acho que isso, e de governança social, da governança. O Pedro dirigiu um temático, acho que você não falou isso aqui, mas dirigiu um projeto temático da FAPESP, também super ambicioso, com resultados muito interessantes, exatamente sobre a questão da governança da água na macrometrópole paulista. Isso foi um trabalho com vários encontros e produções que teve um impacto, está tendo um impacto muito grande para pensar o problema do abastecimento aqui em São Paulo. E sempre lembrando essa necessidade, isso nós vamos também discutir um pouco mais tarde, de associar a uma mudança tecnológica. A gente tem sempre uma questão política, uma questão de, às vezes, fica no nível da superfície, de alguns aspectos que são importantes, mas às vezes são um pouco aparentes, muitas vezes não envolve a questão de infraestrutura no campo da arquitetura, envolve a questão da paisagem, do paisagismo, que é importante, mas ignorando o aspecto infraestrutural que tem que estar associado a essa ação da paisagem. Então, essa conexão entre ela é a questão central de nossa, e a relação entre infraestrutura, paisagem e também a forma urbana, quer dizer, os reassentamentos. Como é que eu faço um parque linear se eu não dou lugar para aquelas pessoas que moram naquele parque linear morar, na hora que eu tiver que removê-las do lado da área de alagamento? Bem, isso vai ser objeto da parte da tarde, mais adiante. I would like to invite Maria de Fátima to talk about our common experience.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Renato, and I also like to thank Ana Paula, Professor Ana Paula, that invited me, and Professor Angélica from Mackenzie. I will try to. I'm here to talk about this new INCT from CNPq. It is National Institute for Science and Technology, from the Brazilian Agency for Funding Research. And I will try to make a timeline of how we managed to have this INCT approved the end of last year. As Renato said at the beginning of the session, we started a collaboration in 2017 with some groups from Germany, but it was more concentrated here in São Paulo. But the subject was not only related to atmosphere, but also all the aspects of the environment. And after that, we had some projects with funding from FAPESP, from our São Paulo Research Foundation. And then we start to have the collaboration with people from other parts of the country, mainly from the northeast of the country. And now we have Professor Venerando from University of Rio Grande do Norte, University Federal of Rio Grande do Norte. And then in the last year, we submit a proposal to CNPq to try to have the approval of this INCT. It's very important for us. It's national. It's the aspect of research is national, and it's not only related to our for the southeast, but northeast, and also other parts of the country are participating. And we have the focus on air, water, soil. It's all connected. And one important aspect that was introduced by Professor Ana Paula was the real world labs. And it's different from the conventional project because it demands the participation of not only the academic people, but also from the people from the policymakers and the community together, not only to have the solutions bring ready to them, but also to have the participation in the groups, the population, the policymakers, asking for the solution for a specific problem. And it is very interesting because we had last, in April, if I don't forget, in April we had a meeting in Natal that was, it was really nice because in that meeting we had the participation from other groups, not only from Northeast, but also working with big data, working with different aspects of environmental data and information that are trying to put all this together. We had very interesting talks about low-cost sensors, not for on air, but also environmental variables like temperature, humidity, pollution, water. And this is an idea of having this for all the country. And it was, we have this expectation that the project, it's not a project, it's a network, will give very nice results. In the project, in this, what we emphasize in this network was the scholarships for students. And then most of our research are for scholarships. The idea is to have the students involved for grad and undergraduate students, more than to have other kind of resources. And this was already approved, and this we already have the funding to continue. Then we have our website. It's not so complete, but we have a website, and I invite everybody to visit. It's Climapolis, the website of the project, and if someone wants to join us, you'll be very welcome. I had a presentation, but I think it can be later. People can talk a little bit more about the Climapolis. Thank you. Thank you.
Muito obrigado, Fátima. De fato, essa nova etapa, né, da pesquisa Climápolis com o trabalho do INCT, né, nessa rede ampliada, ela introduz, inclusive, outros temas associados. Né? Acho que passou desapercebido que a USP tem um Instituto de Energia e Meio Ambiente, né, pesquisas ambientais. Quer dizer, a questão energética ela tem que estar presente nessa discussão. Né? E em Natal, o encontro foi muito forte nesse aspecto de termos a discussão sobre qual é o impacto ambiental das fazendas de energia eólica e energia fotovoltaica. Então, isso para nós ali, nós recebemos esse choque ali, né, Venerando? Que a gente já tinha ouvido falar, e essa é uma questão importantíssima para associar, porque o impacto, né, da instalação dos sistemas da chamada energia limpa é devastador do ponto de vista dos ecossistemas locais. Então, esse problema entra como uma nova frente de pesquisa para nós, que está sendo aberta no Rio Grande do Norte e no Nordeste. a disputa, nós tivemos lá deputado, tivemos promotores do Ministério Público, quer dizer, vereadores, foi como diz aqui no português, o bicho está pegando, né? Eu acho que essa discussão é muito importante para nós. I was just explaining, adding to Maria de Fátima in Portuguese, that in Natal, in the meeting at Northeast, the problem of the impact of the clean energy systems is a very huge one, and the impact in the local environmental and ecosystems. So this is a subject that we are developing for in the further researches of our group. Acho que é isso, né? Sim. Eu vou passar para a Fátima, para a Angélica, final words, e depois a gente vai para a próxima reunião. Nós vamos fazer uma mudança do Zoom para organizar, porque foi resolvido o problema, mas nessa sala mesmo, é isso?
Sim.
We will change the Zoom system just to another one, then we will have the translations after this first hard start. Angélica, por favor.
Não, eu queria só comentar a importância desse evento e dessa análise, dessa temática interdisciplinar para a Faculdade de Arquitetura e para o programa de pós-graduação do Mackenzie. A gente entrou nesse projeto, né, o Renato, quando montou esse projeto há quase 2 anos, 2 anos já, né? 2 anos, entramos no CNPq via edital universal, depois Mac Pesquisa, e de início tivemos uma parceria já com o IAU, com a Federal do ABC e com a USP e a São Judas. E desde então a rede só tem aumentado e se ampliado, principalmente a partir da interlocução com o Climapolis no INST do CNPq. E, cada vez mais, esse tema tem ganhado destaque no Mackenzie. Estamos agora criando um laboratório que vai abrigar várias pesquisas ligadas ao tema. Habitat Clima vai se chamar o laboratório. O Cian Clima ele vai estar participando desse laboratório, né, que, no fundo, vai ser um braço importante, mas também vai articular a área de paisagismo e de conforto ambiental, aí, com professores, inclusive a professora Lloyd está aqui, que está participando. Quer dizer, então, essa articulação entre urbanismo, paisagismo e conforto ambiental, dentro da faculdade, dentro da universidade, vai ser fundamental para que a gente consiga, também de modo interdisciplinar dentro da arquitetura e do urbanismo, se articular com as outras áreas de conhecimento, trazendo professores do direito, da engenharia, da área das biológicas e também da área de Big Data, né, da área de informática. Então, isso para a gente está sendo bastante importante no âmbito institucional Mackenzie, e, com certeza, este trabalho aqui, essa semana, vai ser muito produtiva. Desde quando nós começamos, na região metropolitana, a gente trabalha em 3 áreas, né, de estudos. Essas áreas vão ser objeto do workshop. Perus, Lajeado, na zona Perus, zona noroeste, Lajeado, na zona leste, e Morumbi, na zona sudoeste. Ou seja, nós vamos pegar 3 tipologias diferentes, cuja questão da drenagem e do problema de mudança, do problema do impacto climático tem sido bastante agravada a partir destas perspectivas diferentes, tanto de forma urbana, tanto quanto de ocupação, quanto de classes sociais que habitam aquela área. E isso, para a gente, vai ser um laboratório dessa semana, mas isso também não impede o olhar para o interior de São Paulo, com o Jefferson, que está aqui, ou para as questões do próprio ABC Paulista, com o pessoal da UFABC, e outras áreas que a gente vem trabalhando. Então, espero que todos consigam aí participar ativamente.
We will have a short break just to change the Zoom switch down, and then we will return with Nilson, Lloyd, and Pedro for the presentation, hopefully in Portuguese.